Hello and welcome to this date in history, also known TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred on this date that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information comes from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History,
Historical calendar,
and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else we gather throughout the show, as well as other neat little tidbits and whatnot, check the underbar of the description below, or wherever the description is. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
Omni.
And today is Moon's Day, also known as Monday, May 30th, 2022.
Now started.
Alright.
70. The siege of Jerusalem, Titus and his Roman legions breached the second wall of Jerusalem. Jewish defenders retreat to the first wall. The Romans built a circumvallatory, cutting down all trees with 15 kilometers. God damn.
Circumvallation. Let me look that up here real quick. Circumvallation.
I think it's a saw.
Yeah, a circumvallation was the Roman practice of surrounding a settlement with a ring of defensive siege works. Unlike the blockade camp, its predecessor and easier alternative, circumvallation created a complete encirclement, giving those surrounded no way in or out. Damn.
Damn.
So they're like...
And a huge time jump.
Oh, yeah.
1381. Beginning of the Peasants' Revolt in England. 1416, the Council of Constance, called by Emperor Sigismund, support a anti-pope. John the 13th burns Jerome of Prague following a trial for heresy.
I think that's 23. There's two X's there.
Okay, yeah, 23.
Yeah. Anyway, jumping on up into 1431, during the 100 Years' War in Rouen, France, the 19-year-old Joan of Arc was burned at the stake by an English-dominated tribunal. The Roman Catholic Church remembers this day as the celebration of Saint Joan of Arc. Yep, they burned her, and then what was it, like 400 years later they canonized her or something? Like,
yep.
Yeah.
The Pope made her canon in the anatomy of the Bible.
Oh my God. No, please don't post pictures of Jesus Chan. No.
There's only one Jesus, Chad. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I thought it was the Jesus in South Korea.
No, that's movie Chad. That's movie Christ. That's K-pop. That's
K-pop Christ. That's Christ with a K. K-Christ. Oh God.
Yes.
We're going to hell. Anyway, in 1434, the Hussite Wars, the Battle of Lipany, effectively ending the war. Utraquist forces led by Divis Boric of Mieltinic defeated and almost annihilated Taborite forces led by Procorp the Great. Wow. They got curb stomped there. And then in 1510, during the reign of the Zhengide Emperor, Ming Dynasty rebel leader Zhu Zifan was defeated by Commander Qiu Yu, ending the Prince of Anu rebellion. Huh. Alright.
1536. No, 1536. King Henry VIII of England marries Jane Seymour, a lady in waiting, to his first two wives.
What's a lady in waiting? Like, let me look at
I have no idea. 1539 in Florida, Hernando de Soto lands at Tampa Bay with 600 soldiers with the goal of finding gold. With the goal of finding gold.
The gold. I looked up lady in waiting. A lady in waiting or court lady is a female personal assistant at a court, attending on a royal woman or a high-ranking noblewoman. Historically, in Europe, a lady in waiting was often a noblewoman, but of lower rank than the women to whom she attended. So basically, he married the servant of his first two wives.
Damn.
Dang.
Also, 1574, Henry III becomes King of France.
Ah. Henry III. Wasn't he English? So like, was
Uh,
that? Yeah, okay, yeah, because this is after the 100 Years' War, and England defeated France. So I guess they were occupying them at that time. Anyway, 1588, the last ship of the Spanish Armada set sail from Lisbon, heading for the English Channel. Yeah, we covered that yesterday. What was it, like 300 ships, or what was it, 150 ships? A lot of ships. Like
a lot of ships.
yeah. Then jumping on up into 1631, the publication of Gazette de France, the first French newspaper, occurred. Cool. And then 4 years later, in 1635, during the 30 Years' War, the Peace of Prague was signed. All right. That's my 3.
Okay. Where were you at?
1642.
1642. From this date, all honors granted by Charles England are retroactively annulled by Parliament.
Dang. That sucks.
1806.
Huh.
Damn. Hold up. Damn. No, it can't be him.
Goddamn.
Future U.S. President Andrew Jackson kills Charles Dickinson in a duel.
Yeah, dude, Andrew Jackson was a nut job. Like, he killed so many people in duels. Like, I saw a video a while ago. I don't even remember who it was. I don't think it was Simon Whistler. I'm not sure, because it was all animated. But like, dude, Andrew Jackson was a crazy guy. Like, he didn't fuck around. You know, you besmirched his name, and you know he's gonna duel you. Like,
1814, the Treaty of Paris is signed, returning the French frontier to their 1792 extent and restoring the House of Bourbon to power.
Dang.
Mm.
Oh, 1815, the East Indiaman Arniston was wrecked during a storm at Wynhuiskrans near Cape Agulhas in present-day South Africa, with the loss of 372 lives. Dang. That's a lot of people on the boat back then. 1834, Minister of Justice Joaquim Antonio de Aguirre issued a law seizing, quote, all convents, monasteries, colleges, hospices, and any other houses, end quote, from the Catholic religious orders in Portugal, earning the nickname the Friar Killer. Huh. Dang.
1842, John Francis attempts to murder Queen Victoria as she drives down Constitution Hill in London with Prince Albert.
Is Prince Albert in the can?
Yeah. 1845, the Puerto Rico coming from India lands in the Gulf of Paria in Trinidad and Tobago, carrying the first Indians to the country.
Cool.
1854, the Kansas-Nebraska Act becomes law, establishing the U.S. territories of Kansas and Nebraska.
Hey, go Kansas and Nebraska. Happy birthday. Yeah. Not as states yet, but as territory, so, you know, first step. Moving on up into 1866, Bedřich Smetana's comic opera The Bartered Bride premiered in Prague. Where is Prague anyway? Like,
somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Prague is in the Czech Republic. Okay. Let's see here. What else happened? Moving on up into 1868, Decoration Day, which is the predecessor of modern Memorial Day, was observed in the United States for the first time after a proclamation by John A. Logan, head of the Grand Army of the Republic, which is a veterans group. Cool. And then in 1876, Ottoman Sultan Abdulaziz was deposed and succeeded by his nephew Murad V. Oh, God.
What?
1883. 1883, dude.
Yep, 1883 in New York City, a stampede of the recent opening Brooklyn Bridge killed 12 people.
Oh my god. Why was there a stampede?
1893, Pearl Hart, a female outlaw of the Old West, robs a stagecoach 30 miles southeast of Globe, Arizona.
Dang.
1911, at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the first Indianapolis 500 ends with Ray Haram and his Marmon Wasp becoming the first winner of the 500-mile auto race.
Dang. Really cool.
Yes.
2 years later, in 1913, the Treaty of London was signed, ending the First Balkan War. Albania became an independent nation at that time. So cool. Happy birthday, Albania. Well, not birthday, but happy Independence Day. 1 year later, in 1914, the new and then the largest Cunard ocean liner RMS Aquitania, weighing in at 45,647 tons, set sail on her maiden voyage from Liverpool, England to New York City. And then in 1922, which was 100 years ago, the Lincoln Memorial was dedicated in Washington, D.C. Wow, it's only 100 years old. Well, that makes sense. You know, Lincoln, yeah, didn't die, he died, 120 years ago or something?
Yeah.
More than that, actually. Your turn, actually.
Well, 1925, May 30th movement. May 30th movement. Shanghai Municipal Police Force shot and killed 13 protesting workers.
Dude, I'm so annoyed when that shit happens. Throughout
1937, Memorial Day Massacre. Police shoot and kill 10 labor demonstrators.
Dang, another one?
1941, World War I. Menenios, Galileos, and Posteo sent to climb the Athenian Acropolis and tear down a German flag.
Good. Yeah, so that means that the Greeks are reliberating their nation.
Man, those fuckers are getting ready. They're fetching the oil.
Yeah. 2 years later, in 1943, during the Holocaust, Joseph Mengele became chief medical officer of the Zieguner Familienlager, or the Romani family camp, at Auschwitz concentration camp. God, what is with these words? 1958, Memorial Day. The remains of two unidentified U.S. servicemen KIA during World War II and the Korean War, respectively, were buried at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington National Cemetery. I've been there. It's really cool. 1959, the Auckland Harbour Bridge crossing the Waitemata Harbour in Auckland, New Zealand, was officially opened by Governor General Charles Littleton, who was the 10th Viscount Cobham. Ham on the cob? Are we on that planet where everything's on the cob from Rick and Morty?
Mm-hmm. 1961, ESA Flight 897 crashes after takeoff from Lisbon Airport, killing 61. 1961, the long-time Dominican dictator Rafael Trujillo is assassinated by Santiago Domingo, Dominican Republic. In San Domino, yep. Dominican Republic.
Yeah. Or maybe the entire city of Santo Domenico, killed him. The entire, all the buildings just rose up,
Or every citizen just got in line, just stabbed them.
Oh my god. That's rough.
1963, a protest against pro-Catholic demonstrations during the Buddhist crisis is held outside South Vietnam National Assembly, the first open demonstration during the 8-year rule of No Ding Diem.
Dang. Pro-Catholic discrimination. So what is pro-Catholic, So they are for Catholic discrimination. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're right.
Yeah.
They're
1960. Yeah. 1966, former Congolese Prime Minister Evariste Kimba and several other politicians were publicly executed in Kinshasa on the orders of President Joseph Mobutu. 1 year later, in 1967, the Nigerian Eastern Region declared independence as the Republic of Biafra, sparking a civil war. Dang. And then 365 days after that, in 1968, Charles de Gaulle reappeared publicly after his flight to Baden-Baden, Germany, and dissolved the French National Assembly by a radio appeal. Immediately after, less than 1 million of his supporters marched on the Champs-Élysées in Paris. This became a turning point of the May 1968 events in France. I gotta brush up on my French history. I don't really know what happened. So, all I know is Charles de Gaulle was an amazing leader. You know? Your turn, sir.
Yeah. 1971 Mariner program. Mariner 9 is launched to the map 70% of the surface and to study temporal changes in the atmosphere and surface of Mars. 1972, the Angry Brigade goes on trial over a series of 25 bombings throughout the United Kingdom. Also 1972, in Ben Gurion Airport, at the time Lod Airport, Israel members of the Japanese Red Army carried out the Lod Airport Massacre, killing 24 people and injuring 78 others.
What the hell? Why is the Japanese army in Israel? Like,
remember the Japanese.
What the hell? What are they doing over there? What the hell?
Well, they got their asses kicked by America, so they want to invade Israel.
Didn't the Germans do enough? Oh my god. I'm so confused. 1974, the Airbus A300 or A300 passenger aircraft first entered service. 1974. Let's see what this looks like. I'm used to A380, but that's the A300. Images. Okay. It's an airplane that looks like an airplane. Okay. Anyway.
That's an airplane.
1975, the European Space Agency was established. And then in 1979, Down East Flight 46 crashed on approach to Knox County Regional Airport in Rockland, Maine, killing 17.
Do one more. Just for the hell of it.
Alright, 1982, during the Cold War, Spain joined NATO. Cool.
Okay. 1989, Tiananmen Square, process of 1989, the 10-meter-high Goddess of Democracy statue is unveiled in Tiananmen Square by student demonstrators.
I have to look this up. Goddess of Democracy, because before you go though, yeah, wasn't there like a recent something or other about that? Like, didn't they tear that down? Yeah, they did. Right? They tore that down.
I think so.
Yeah, recently. Sorry, yeah. Go ahead.
1990, the Croatian parliament is constituted after the first free multi-party elections, today celebrated as National Day of Croatia.
Nice.
In 1998, nuclear testing in Pakistan conducts an underground test in the Kerala Desert. It is reported to be a plutonium device with yield of 200 KT. 20 carats of TNT.
20 kilotons.
Oh, kilotons.
Yeah. Equivalent. So. Also, 1998, the 6.5 MW Afghanistan earthquake shook the Takhar province of northern Afghanistan with a maximum Mercalli intensity of 7, very strong, causing the deaths of between 4,000 to 4,500 people. Jesus. Well, that's overcrowding and shoddy, building creation, and everything just collapses and thousands of people die. I mean, that's... Anyway, 2003, the Debian Massacre occurred, in which at least 70 people associated with the National League for Democracy were killed by government-sponsored mob in Burma. Aung San Suu Kyi fled the scene but was arrested soon afterwards. Wow. And moving on up into 2008, the Convention on Cluster Munitions was adopted. What the hell is the Convention on Cluster Munitions? Let me look that up real quick. It is an international treaty that prohibits all use, transfer, production, and stockpiling of cluster bombs, a type of explosive weapon which scatters submunitions over the area. Well, I mean, yeah, I'd agree with that, but also, like, cluster explosions are so much fun in games. So. Anyway, that was my 3, I believe.
Okay.
Why don't you take the last 4 here? Finish this up.
Sure. 2008, TACA Flight 390 overshoots the run rate at Toconan Airport in... Toconan International Airport in Tegucigalpa, Honduras, and kills 5 people. Well, that's not bad. It could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. I searched TACA, and the first thing I got is the autism community in action. So that's not good. But no, it's Transportes Aéreos del Continente Americano, which is also Avianca El Salvador. So it's El Salvador. But I was just like, oh god, I hope autism people aren't flying airplane. That's not good. Like,
okay, in 2012, former Liberian President Charles Taylor is sentenced to 50 years in prison for his role in the atrocities committed during the Sierra Leone Civil War.
Dang.
2013, Nigeria passed a law banning same-sex marriage.
Yeah, dude,
but scamming's okay.
What country was it where there's some like was it the president or something describing gays? And he was getting really graphic with what they do. With the butthole. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Probably Nigeria.
Yeah, probably.
But
oh
yeah.
My god.
Gay marriage is bad, but scamming is okay.
Yeah, well, you can't make money off of gay marriage, more than once. So.
Yeah, you can. Divorce.
Well, I mean, okay, twice.
2020, yeah. The Crew Dragon Demo 2 launches from the Kennedy Space Center, becoming the first crew orbital spacecraft to launch from the United States since 2011.
Nice. We got to get back out into space. We got unfortunately we're reliant on private industries now, but that's just how things go.
Well, just say y'all relied on Elon Musk.
Yeah, and when's Virgin gonna make their breakthrough? With what was his face? Richard Branson. Hell, he was number 2 and now he's number 3. He's behind Jeff Bezos. Come on, Branson. Come on, Branson. Let's go. Anyway.
Yeah. Bezos had a dick ship. A ship that's shaped like a dick.
Well, at least it went to space,
Yeah, it penetrated like a dick.
I mean, he may be literally being Dr. Evil. I mean, he's bald and he wears a tracksuit.
No, he's Dr. Wongburger.
Oh, God. Dr. Wongburger. Anyway, before we get into bursts and deaths, any articles grab your attention more than the rest?
Yes, the Dragon Demo Dragon Crew.
Yeah.
Charles Taylor being sentenced to 50 years in prison.
Yeah.
Dedication Day.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, one that's in my mind is, Joan of Arc getting burned at the stake. And, this one here where that guy married his first 2 wives' servant, that's weird. What the hell?
That's King Henry VIII. We're expecting that shit from him.
Oh yeah, Andrew Jackson shooting a guy. Before he was president. He killed somebody and then became president. What the hell? Dude, this country was wild back then, man. We gotta go back. We gotta go back there. Well,
We don't.
need the slavery part, and all the other bad stuff. But the answer to 1984 is 1776. So
It's not gonna It's not gonna work that way because as long as there's people, it's always gonna have some fucker ruin it.
yeah,
People, human problem.
yeah. Anyway, let's jump on into burst here. Why don't you start us off?
Tintin, Renzong, Chinese Emperor. That shit rhymed. It sounded so bad at the same time.
I know, right? Renzong. It sounds
No,
like
Tintin, Renzong.
10 Renzong. Yeah, it sounds like some kind of position of a questionable nature. So,
Okay, 1580. Marquis de Toledo, first Marquis of Venera, Del Valdez. Wow, holy shit.
dang.
1718, 1920. Well, 1718, Willis Hill, first Marquis of Downshire, English politician who was a Secretary of State for the colonies.
Where do you get 1920?
No, so look at it. 1718, 1920.
Oh, okay. I'm stupid. Don't mind me, I'm just an idiot. 1757, we have Henry Addington, first Viscount of Sidmouth, was an English politician who was a Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, dying later in 1844. 1768, Etienne Marie Antoine Champion de Nansouty was born on the States. He was a French general, dying in 1815. And then 1797, Georg Amadeus Karl Friedrich Naumann was a German mineralogist and geologist, dying in 1873. Georg, what a name, Georg. Maybe it's George, like...
Yep.
Because if you say George, like the E is like part of the G, so you have to go George, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not a
What year
linguist.
am I now?
1800 even.
1800, Henri Marie Gaston Basemont de Gontus, French cardinal.
What a
1820.
name.
Yep. 1820, Pierre Joseph Olivier Chevreau, Canadian lawyer and politician who was the first premier of Quebec.
1820, 22, 24?
1820.
I'm sorry.
1835, Giovanni Gentile, Italian philosopher and academic.
I totally screwed you up. I am so sorry. I was just mimicking your 17, 18, 19, 20 thing. I'm sorry. Anyway, 1918, we have Bob Evans, was a U.S. businessman who founded Bob Evans Restaurant, dying in 2007. In 1930, we have Mark Burley, was an English businessman who founded Annabelle's, also dying in 2007. And then 1937, we have Christopher Haskins, is an Anglo-Irish businessman, life peer, and British politician. What is a life peer? I think, what is a life peer? A peer whose title cannot be inherited. Okay. These British people and their titles, dude. I swear.
You can't inherit his child?
No, title. He
Oh.
can't inherit his title, like
Yes, earn it.
yeah. So that's weird. So there's people who are like specifically barred from inheriting titles. I mean, like
You got to earn it, boy.
that's really weird. I swear, UK with their titles, it's reminding me a lot of everybody on AQ. It's just like, oh my god, titles, holy shit. Ah. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, 1939, Tim Waterstone, Scottish businessman who founded Waterstones.
Oh yeah.
1949, PJ Carlsimo, U.S. basketball player and coach.
His full name is Peter John Carl Zemo. Yeah.
Yep. 1955, Cole Toblin, Irish novelist, poet, playwright, and critic.
Yeah. 1962, Kevin Eastman is a U.S. author and illustrator who co-created the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's shell time, right? Or turtle time? Or one shell
Yes.
of a good time? I don't know.
Yeah, all that shit.
By the way, you know how to do a Ninja Turtle handshake?
No.
Can you do the Vulcan?
Yeah.
So what you do is, you and the other person do the Vulcan, and then, then you can, then you handshake that way. Because then, 3 fingers. So,
Okay.
Ninja Turtle handshake. Anyway, 1964, Wynonna Judd is a U.S. singer, songwriter, guitarist, and actress. And that's my 3.
Okay. 1964, Tom Morello, U.S. singer, songwriter, guitarist, and actor. He played in bands like not Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, Rage Against the Machine, Audio Slave, and Prophets of Rage.
Cool. I know one of them.
1965, Inicio Straffi, Italian animator and producer who founded the Rainbow SRL.
I think.
SRI?
I think. I don't know. Like, it looked like an I, but capital I and lowercase L look the same for some reason in many fonts.
Yeah.
So.
Well, 1968, Syracuse Missouri, French citizen who was sentenced to life in prison related to the September 11th attacks.
Yep.
That's right. Eat dirt, asshole.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, for 1968, Syracuse Missouri, French citizen who was sentenced to life in prison related to the September 11th, 2001 attacks.
Didn't you just read that?
Yep, I just read it.
Oh, okay.
And 1974, CeeLo Green, U.S. singer, songwriter, pianist, producer, and actor.
His actual name is Thomas DiCarlo Calloway. It's a pretty fancy name right there.
Yeah.
Jumping on up into deaths and starting us off in 531, we have Xiao Tong, Prince of the Liang Dynasty. He was born in 501, so he was about 30 years old. Doing a pretty significant time jump again into 1159, Władysław the second of Exile. It's supposed to be exile, not evile. Exile. Was a High Duke of Poland and Duke of Silesia. Was born in 1105. And then 1347, John Darcy, 1st Baron Darcy de Kenneth, was an English peer. He was born in 1290.
1431, Joan of Arc, French martyr and saint, and terrible marshmallow.
Huh. That's awful.
1694, Henry Capel, 1st Baron Capel of Tewkesbury, English politician who was a High Lord Lieutenant of Ireland.
Tewkesbury.
1670, John Davenport, English minister who founded the New Haven colony.
1718, Arnold van Keppel, 1st Earl of Albemarle, died on the state. He was a Dutch-English general who was born in 1670. 1744, Alexander Pope was an English poet, essayist, and translator. He was born in 1688. And didn't he, wasn't he born, because that name's familiar, Alexander Pope.
I think so.
Yeah, May 21st. So he died 9 days after his birthday. Wow, that sucks. Like, well, I don't know, it makes you wonder, when somebody dies, no matter what, it sucks, But, what's the level of suckitude? Like, if you die on your birthday, that's maximum suck, But,
Except Hitler's death.
Well, except Hitler.
Fun.
Well, obviously, there's some omissions, Mao Zedong, Richard Nixon, stuff like that, But, I'm just more wondering, like, what's the level of suctitude for deaths? Like, dying on your birthday is the maximum level, but then, like, the next day, or the day before, is there a, like a graph or something? Like, I don't know. This is what I think about when I'm sitting at home and the power goes out. Anyway, 1778, Voltaire died on the States. He was a French philosopher and author, having been born in 1694. That's a familiar name, Voltaire.
Yeah, about that name. 1778, Jose de la Borda, French and Spanish mining migrant in the colonial Mexico. 1911, Milton Bradley, U.S. businessman who founded the Milton Bradley Company. Thank you for making games that cause people to flip tables. 1912, Wilbur Wright, U.S. pilot and businessman who co-founded the Wright Company.
I did not know he died that early. He was, well, actually born in 1867. Wow, he was old. I thought they were in their 20s. Huh.
You said you laughed because I said thanks for making games that cause people to flip tables.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been in those situations. I may or may not have been a table flipper.
Okay, Monopoly.
Oh, fucking Monopoly. God. 1975, Tatsuo Shimabuku was a Japanese martial artist who founded Ishin Ryu. He was born in 1908. 1986, Perry Ellis passed away on the States. He was a U.S. fashion designer who founded his own eponymous fashion brand. What is eponymous?
Yeah. I think it's own name, the brand.
Huh. Eponymous of a person giving their name to something. Okay, well that's weird. Why didn't it just say Perry Ellis Fashion? Like, I've never seen this kind of a description before.
It sounds
fancy, yeah. Anyway, 1993, Sun Ra was a U.S. pianist, composer, and band leader who was born in 1914. And here's another name that's kind of recent, Sun Ra. They were born on May 22nd, so 8 days. So yeah, this is worse. Like as I said, what's the level of suctitude? Of the distance from your birthday to when you died, like as far as on the calendar.
1994, Marcel Birch, Italian-French businessman who co-founded Soviet Biz. Soviet Vic. Disgusting. 2013, Delafia Jaradena, Sri Lankan physician and politician. 2014, Leonidas Velasipoulos, Greek admiral. 2015, Beau Biden, U.S. soldier, lawyer, and politician who was the 44th Attorney General of Delaware.
Leonidas Vasilikopoulous is another one. He was born on May 21st, so he died, another one 9 days after his birthday.
Like, died covered in grease.
Damn.
Trying to tackle the enemy.
Well, you know what? Tonight, I know he might be dining in hell. No, he's in heaven. Oh, no. I don't know.
He is wrestling down the demons and they're getting scared.
Yep. Shit's getting real when the Spartans, undress and start greasing themselves up. Like, oh god, here we go. Anyway, that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar in the description for any links that you may be interested in, which also includes
Sohan TV on Twitch.
And everything Omni Coalition. We are still in the works at trying to switch over to Twitch. My schedule today is pretty busy, so whenever Sohan gets the time to help coach me about Twitch and everything, and I'm going to try to figure things out myself. But we will eventually be switching to Twitch, hopefully soon. Anyway, for your dose of Past Events Daily, we are now streaming every day at trying to hit 10, although we hit 11 a day for reasons, but 10 is the set time, Pacific time specifically, which is also
12 to 1 Central.
Yes, 10 to 11. Okay. For all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander.
Me.
And you are you. And until you see us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Till then, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.